All right, so I have another section that's about 6 inches long that's taped down, and here we're going to do what's called a twill pattern. So twill is a little bit of an alteration on a basket weave. So you're still going under 2 over 2, and you're going to continue to do that, but it's your next row that will change. Your second row, instead of going over 2, under 2, over 2, like we did with basket weave, if you remember basket weave, you're going to go, instead of over both of these, over 1, under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, under 1. So you can see it takes the over 2 and pushes it to the side by 1. So trying to figure out your third row is sometimes a little tricky. So you know you went over these two, and then your next row you're going to move over by 1 and go over these two. So if I go over these two, then I need to go under these two, and I need to go over these two. Okay, so we've got this diagonal line forming here, and we want to continue that diagonal line. So I know I went over these two, so now I know I need to move 1 over and go over these two. So if I go over these two, then I need to go under these two, over these two, and under this one. So it's all right, so I know I went over these two, so now I need to sneak 1 over. So I'm going to go over these two and under these two. So you can see the diagonal lines forming here. So again, I went over these two. So now I have to go over these two. So I go over these two, under these two, and over this one. And it continues the diagonal line. So now I went over these two, so I need to go over these two and under these two. Okay, and then I'm just, oh, that's wrong. Do you see how it goes backwards? Pull that piece out. I go over these two, so I need to go over these two, under these two, over these two. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There's my diagonal line. So it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have issues. Just pull them out and fix them. So you can see a diagonal line forming with my warp pieces, these white pieces, and a diagonal line forming with my weft pieces, or the angled pieces. So I'm just going to continue this and then tape it up like the other ones. So there's my twill finished, and one thing that I realized is it's really interesting to see how beautiful even the backs of these pieces are, and just the simplicity of the two colors, and how that can affect how you see these designs. And turning it a different way can sometimes have an interesting effect as well. So all of our vertical papers were our warps, and then our horizontal were our weft. But what if you turn it? How does that change your focal points, and how does that change how you see this piece? When I was looking at it this way, my focal point was really right here. But when I turn it this way, somehow it changes to this. So that's something that you'll want to think about as you're working on your final pieces after you complete your 3 practice pieces.